Hello, Leo. Welcome to Soul Good. I'm Amber Marie. Thank you so much for joining me for your February 2023 Tarotscope. There will be a whole bunch of goodies going on in the description box, including a timestamp if you would like to jump to the start of the reading. Let's jump in and see what this month has for you, Leo. I would like to remind you that this is a collective reading, not a personal reading, so please only take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Let's jump right in. Please, Father, Mother, Life, Universe, Spirits, Guides, Angels, our cosmic team, our ancestors, our higher selves, tell us about Leo's theme for the month of February 2023, please. Okay, thank you. Tell us, please, about what Leo can expect, or what is something that Leo already knows for this month. What can Leo expect for February? Okay, thank you. What is something that Leo might not expect about the month? What is something that Leo might not expect about February 2023, please? Something that Leo might not expect about this month. Okay, thank you. Tell us, please, what stirs happiness within Leo this month? What stirs happiness? Oh, wow, thank you. All right, let's get some clarity. Tell us more, please, about Leo's theme for February 2023. No. Okay, yeah. I thought that was like way more. It sounded like way more cards than what it was. It was like, hey, it's not that many. I was like, oh, okay. Tell us more, please, about what Leo can expect or something they already know for the month. What is something that Leo can expect for February? Tell us more about that. Okay, thank you. Tell us more, please, about something that Leo might not be expecting this month. Tell us more, please, about what Leo might not be expecting this month. Thank you. And finally, tell us more, please, about what stirs happiness within Leo. Tell us more, please, about what stirs happiness within Leo this month. Okay, thank you. Alrighty, let's jump right in. So your theme for the month, Leo, is held, sureness of the soil, unseen help, support, and community. Wow, that's pretty powerful to come out at the top. And I feel like, here's why I feel like it's powerful. Because I feel like, for some of you, I feel like you've been working towards something. Oh my gosh, can you please just focus? I feel like you've been like, and maybe this is your own healing, maybe this is a creative project or a business project or something, but I feel like you've been working on something, okay? Or maybe it's a home project even. I'm not even sure. Whatever it is, I feel like you've been working towards something. And I feel like whatever this is, it's taken a long time. And I feel like you may have felt like you've been doing it alone. I feel like you may have even been praying or asking, I need support, God. I need, or universe, like I need better support. Okay. And I feel like you are likely to be experiencing this and witnessing it throughout the month of February. I feel like you could likely be seeing this showing up in signs around you, synchronicities, repeating numbers, repeating themes, repeating topics, words, colors, whatever it is. I just feel like those that unseen help is really coming through. I feel like it is showing up in those types of ways, in signs and synchronicities over and over and over again, telling you, yes, here is your support, right? Giving you confirmation, giving you validation, showing up for you to say, yes, you're on the right path. Yes, you're doing the right thing. Okay. And then on the flip side of this, I feel like community or support from community could be coming in for you as well. And I feel like that could be something, actually, I'm going to be honest, I feel like that could be something that you're not expecting. Because here's the thing, I feel like you've been that beautiful Leo that you are and just kind of pulled yourself up by your bootstraps and buckled in and was like, look, I don't know how rough it's going to be. I don't know how long we're going to be on the ride. All I know is I've got to do it. And if I've got to do it alone, fine. But I feel like you've taken that burden, right? And then I feel like you've been carrying it very beautifully, Leo. And I feel like now that support that you have been waiting for, I feel like could be showing up in the form of community, right? Soul tribe. Perhaps it's new friends, or maybe it's old friends returning, family, like certain things. I just feel like there's that or let me rephrase it, that like reconnection taking place with some people and then establishing new connections with others. And I think that's beautiful. And it's interesting because for whatever reason, Leo, and you'll know if this is for you because you'll resonate with it. Gosh, I'm so sorry about the lighting. I don't know why it keeps not wanting to focus. But I feel like for some of you, I really feel like there's this, I don't know, it feels like a surprise. It really feels like, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like you've kind of just gotten used to like just doing what needs to be done. What in whatever it is. And I feel like you may have even been like, I don't even know if I will, like, will I always be alone? And it's like, I feel like for whatever reason, Leo, God had you by yourself for a reason. And maybe it was so that you trusted in that sureness of the soil, so that you were able to develop your faith, or, work on your faith or something. Let's see what clarity we have here. So the central sun, abundance, downloads, regeneration, success. Yeah, I mean, it does feel, it feels a lot like, how do I word? It's like your support system's getting like an overhaul, or it has. And this could have been taking place over a lengthy period of time. If for some of you, I'm feeling like it feels like a pretty significant chunk of time where you feel like you may have, been mostly alone, or dealing with things mostly alone. And it just feels like it's almost like your friendship circle is getting kind of like a reboot. And I think another part of this too, Leo, is that there's an element of, how do I word this? It's like, not everybody is meant to see you in all of your stages. Not everybody is meant to see you in certain stages of your journey, of your awakening, right? Like your level up. There are some people who are not meant to see you in that light. And I feel like part of what you may have been going through, Leo, is kind of weeding out all of that, all of those connections that weren't serving you. And I feel like, I'm going to be straightforward. I feel like it's because like God was like, listen, you can't have all these people around, because like where I'm taking you, you need to be able to discern who is really for you and who isn't. And I feel like that's what's been happening. I feel like there's been kind of like this filtering process, right? And I feel like it's because you are going through this level up, as it were, and there are some people who just can't come with you because they're not for you. And I think like that there's been that fear of being alone, or, having to continue to do it by yourself. But I feel like God was like, no, listen, I had to do this to show you the people that are for you and the people that aren't, because where I'm taking you, not everybody can go, and you need people with you who are going to be loyal and supportive, and you're going to need to be able to trust them, and you're going to need to be able to discern who you can be sure of and who not. I mean, look, Leo, you're the freaking sun anyhow in the tarot. Yeah, like you're represented, like it's you. So you're essentially showing up, you've been showing up for yourself, okay? And I feel like now it's like you may be finding that these connections are being reestablished, or that connections are being made because you've went through this kind of rebirth process. And I feel like all of it had to be so that you would show up for yourself in many ways. part of which being like being able to discern who's for you and who's not. You also have your Merkaba activation, transcendence, ascension, you're rising up. Yeah, like I said, right there, you had to be able to know. And I feel like as you move through February, you're going to continue to rise. I feel like you're going to continue to transcend and ascend. And I do feel, I want to lovingly say, for some of you Leos, there are going to be people who are just not okay with you moving on up. I'm just gonna say it. And I feel like that is why you've had to go through all of the things, so that when you, as you continue to rise, you're like, you guys, this is gonna sound so savage, but oh, as a Leo, I'm a Leo sun, Leo moon, and Leo Venus. And so like, you guys, I'm laughing because I'm a Leo, okay? I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I'm kind of seeing this as like, you guys ever seen, I don't know, like a movie or a commercial or something where there's kind of like the rising star, I mean the underdog rising up, and they're like, maybe they're like they're playing football and they're like running to try to take that ball in for the touchdown, right? And they're like just pushing people out of the way like they aren't nothing. That's how I'm seeing this. I'm seeing you just going through life like, not for me, not for me, not for me, not for me. Like pushing them on the head, you know what I mean? Like, get out my way. And it's not a arrogant thing. It's not an ego thing. It's a I'm the king of the jungle. Get out the way. I don't know how to explain it, you guys, like, because it's like I've worked so hard to get to this place. I have endured so much to get to this place, and I am not bringing people with me who aren't for me. I'm not doing it. Like, I can't risk that for myself. Do you get what I'm saying? And I feel like this month is all about that realization, like, I'm the sun, baby. If you don't like it, get another freaking sun. I mean, I know that does kind of sound like very Leo-ish, I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, it in my experience, Leos have some of the biggest freaking hearts and are loyal to a fault, and I feel like it's time. And that's not just because I'm a Leo, like that's just based on what I've been picking up in your readings for a while. Okay, a while. Your readings for a while have been kind of like you're on this come up, Leo. And it might be feeling like it's taken forever, but it's all for a reason, right? You also have here, Leo, angelic frequency. Angels are here. You are safe, potent connection. Yes, 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 right? Because here's the thing. I picked up that unseen help, that support already. Like, you're probably getting signs. And now you have, and angels are here. There's a potent connection. Yeah, there is. I feel like the work has been done for you to be able to hear your own voice, hear your angels, hear God, source, universe, whatever you call it. For maybe that's not for everybody, but I feel like there are those that could definitely relate to having some sort of deeper spiritual connection where you're listening to your intuition, or at least doing the best that you can to do so. And I also feel like the you are safe part, like this is a whole new thing, Leo. Because I feel like for whoever this is for, there's been a long period of time where you have not felt safe. Whether that be safe to be who you are, whether that be safe to like just literally like your physical self feeling safe, whether that's because you've had so much trauma and healing that you had to go through that you have felt unsafe or been in survival mode like a good majority of your life. I feel like you're coming into this space, Leo, now where all of the healing and all the things that you've had to do have brought you to this space where you now feel safe to be who you are. Right? Where you've healed a lot of that trauma and a lot of that wounding, which could be opening up those doors for you now moving forward. That, saying it's okay to be who you are. It's okay to be too much for some people. It's okay to be too bright, right? Like, even the sun can't please everybody, and it gives life. So I feel like there's a certain level of, like, I get it. type of energy. Like, I'm safe to be me because not even the freaking sun can please everybody. You know? It's too hot. It's too bright. It's burning the grass. You know? I'm just saying, you guys. Let's take a look at what you can expect or something that you might already know about this month. You have the sacred union. I mean, I said there was like this kind of, coming together maybe of or reestablishing of connection or, new establishments of connection. And maybe that's possible because you have beloved within inner and outer relationships. I do feel like there's a big focus on self, Leo. I do feel like there's a big focus this month on, and I think you probably know this already, which is why it's in this position of giving back to yourself, taking care of yourself, making sure that you are honoring yourself. Gosh, I don't know why, Leo. I don't understand what is going on with my camera here. It's like keeps like drowning out my cards. Anyhow, I feel like there's a big focus on listening to self and taking care of self and being in the best position you can possibly be in order to, how do I word this? It's like, if I'm not taking care of myself, how can I take care of other people type of thing. So I feel like there's this big focus on that. Not only that, but I feel like there's this focus on honoring self, because when we honor ourselves, we learn to trust ourselves. And when we trust ourselves, we can be who we're supposed to be and step more fully into purpose and mission and, find that courage. I feel like there's a big part of that. And I feel like there's a big focus on that nurturing of that relationship with self. But I also feel like there could potentially be the reestablishment of previous connections that have maybe been, in separation or what have you, or new connections that are established. And again, I feel like there's this big, 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 big message about being discerning, especially with people that you're bringing in. Like, who are you allowing access to your energy? And I feel like that's also part of that sacred union with self, right? Like being able to say, hey, you're not tramping through here with your muddy boots, guy. Right? I'm just saying. We also have here, trust the seasons, embrace change, cycles of life, transition, growth. Yeah, I do feel like something you already know, Leo, is that you are going through a transition. I do feel like you're growing. And I feel like for many of you, you've probably, how do I word this? I feel like you've been asking, like, am I really growing as much as I think I am? Am I really leveling up as much as I think I am? And I do feel like you've been getting confirmation of this and will continue to through the month of February, if you're open to receiving that, if you're paying attention, if you're present in the moment, those sorts of things. But I feel like you already know you're going through a transitionary period. I feel like you can feel it, Leo. It's kind of like, ooh yeah. It kind of feels like the sun's on your back, right? And the sun being your ruler, kind of like pushing you forward, like, hey, we about to go places, Leo. I feel like that you've been going through this transitionary period. Like, I don't feel like it's a secret to you. And I do feel like I do feel like you're trusting it. Because I feel like you understand, like, if I trust this and I follow this change and embrace this change, it's only going to lead me to better places. What's the clarity here? Star gathering, stars aligned, remembering home, soul, family. Yeah, like I was saying, you're probably having people come back around. Why? Because you're the sun, Leo. And you're just over here shining bright, doing your thing. And guess what? People can complain all they want, but there are going to be those who are like, ooh, the sun, and I feel like that's what's happening with you, Leo. Your tribe, like, your light is beaming, I feel, across the cosmos. And I feel like your tribe is going to be like trickling into the auditorium to have a seat. And it's not simply because it's you. It's because you probably have things that you're meant to be doing together. Part of your purpose and their purpose coming together, right? Maybe it's romantic, maybe not. Maybe it's friendship, maybe not. Maybe it's family, maybe not. But I just feel like these people are finding you because you have been working on your stuff. and you're raising your frequency. And so now you're in that space where it's like, how do I word it? It's like you get to a certain place and then like bells go off in their head like, oh, we got to go find Leo. We got things to do, Leo and I. So, but I feel like you know that. I feel like you know that you've been trying to get into alignment. And I feel like you've been putting the effort into that. And so I feel like you're like, yeah, okay, I see it. It makes sense. You know? You mm-hmm. So you have Shambhala initiations, retreating to recharge, trusting in the process, and Dharma. Dharma is the unfolding of your life path, Leo. So again, you're trusting. You're like, hey, this is, I mean, we're just moving on up. We're just going where we need to go and doing what we need to do because it's what needs to happen for me to step into who I'm supposed to be, for me to be able to experience this life in, you know, a more fulfilling way. This is what needs to happen. I'm trying to step into what I'm doing here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the game has changed for you. I feel like there's been this focus on that life, the unfolding of your life path, and wanting to be an active part of that. So, but it's still trusting in the process. And I do feel like you already know, Leo. This is so amazing to me because I feel like you're like, I'm just trusting all the things. It's absolutely amazing. We're just going, we're just doing, and it's beautiful. I love the trust. I love, Leo, I love this faith that you have. I love this trust that you're putting, not just in yourself, because I do feel like this may be kind of a new development. Not that you haven't trusted yourself, but I feel like to this degree it's been different. It's been different. So not just in yourself, but in universe and God, whatever you call it, right? I just in life, the trust, the faith is absolutely beautiful for some of you. It's so glorious. What else do you have here? Halls of initiation. Yeah, I feel like you know this. I mean, I know it's in that position, but it's like this is what I've been going on about, right? Secrets revealed, treasures uncovered, initiations. I feel like you know. You're like, I'm going through the things because there are things that I'm supposed to be doing here that I am getting prepared for. Right? And I feel like this month, I feel like you expect it to happen. I feel like you expect those treasures to be uncovered, those secrets to be revealed. Because I feel like, again, you've been trusting in what you've been getting. And I feel like there's this element of, hey, God told me this. And so guess what? So again, it feels expected because I feel like you're like, well, God's been saying, and so, you know, like God surely isn't about to make a fool of itself. Let's see what you have here for something that you may not expect. The bud, potential promise that's about to happen. Keep going. Yeah, I think here's the thing, Leo, it's so wild to me because I feel like this, oh, it's so beautiful. I feel like you know that things are happening, right? You know that things are moving and there are things going on behind the scenes that you don't know jack nothing about. I think you know that. And I think you know that surrendering to life is going to bless you in ways that you can't comprehend. And what I feel like is so fascinating about that is like the part that you don't expect is here, like you have this inner knowing or this sense, this feeling that things are changing and you don't know why and you don't know how, right? And it may not make any sense at all, but you're just like, okay, I'm just going with it. And then all of a sudden, I feel like things are unfolding. They start unfolding and you're like, oh, wait. Oh, you're for real. Like it's happening right now. Oh, like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's been there, but I feel like you've just been focused on like, I'm just going to focus on keep going, which is interesting because it's here too, right? I don't know if you can see that. But I feel like, you know, what you don't expect is like, I feel like things are really actually starting to unfold. And I feel like what you don't expect also is that I feel like, how do I word this, you guys? I feel like you've probably done more than what you think. And I feel like things are about to unfold in a way that you could have never expected. Even though I feel like there's been some level of understanding that you've had about, okay, things are happening. And like the life that I'm currently living it's not my final destination type of thing. Oh, you got the Holy Grail, inner discovery, finding sacredness. You are what you seek. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? I feel so. How do I word this? Lord, I feel like there's this element here because it's something that you might not expect. And I feel like something you might not expect is that you have far more power than what you think you do. Like, notice how this is very similar, how bright this card is to that Central Sun card. Like, look at the color of them. They're so freaking similar. It's crazy. And I feel like there's this element of, oh, I have far more power within me than what I thought. And I think that's probably what you don't expect. I feel like the work you've done leads to bigger things than what you could have anticipated or imagined. And I think it's probably because of all the work that you've been doing. And I feel like it's probably going to come as like this, a bit of a shock in a sense. And I find it fascinating AF that we have this finding sacredness here and the sacred union here, because I feel like another part of this that you don't expect or something or we're unable to see is that sacred union with yourself flows, because it's interesting, right? You have the sacred union over here, which is something you already know. And then on the opposite side of like what you don't know, you have like the same energy, sacredness. So I feel like what you don't get about that sacredness or that sacred union that you've been developing and nurturing is how much it impacts your experience and how much you've actually grown. What you've actually accomplished by nurturing that, I think, is what you don't see. Ooh, and I think it's going to be such a pleasant surprise. Let's see, what else do we have here for you? I'm going to try to move these around just a little bit to make a little bit more space. There we go. Okay, so, holy crap. You have the divine matrix, interconnectedness, synchronicity, God incidences. I mean, so like I was saying, like I feel like something that you don't expect is like for things to just like how interconnected it is, how much working on that union with yourself impacts the rest of your life and how far you've really actually come. And I feel like you may not expect to get that confirmation from God, like, oh, you've come so much further than what you know. Like, oh my gosh, it's so powerful, you guys. So powerful that I'm so excited for you guys this month. I mean, it may be challenging, right? But I feel like there's so much, what is the word I'm looking for? Like realization about how powerful you truly are and what you have to offer this planet and the choices that you're making. So it's so incredible. So incredible. I feel like you may not expect to get as much synchronicity as you will be, or you know, as many of those God incidences as you will be. I just feel like it could be potentially overwhelming. I feel like you may not expect it at all. And if you're already experiencing them, I feel like you're going to be like, okay, all of these synchronicities are chasing me, like I owe taxes, like back taxes to the IRS. Like, what is going on? This is going on. just so you know, this is going on. So what stirs happiness within you this month, Leo? Healing is happening. Yeah. Yes. I love this so much for you, Leo. I love it so much because it's like, how do I word this? It's like, again, so you have trust the process here again. And I think you trusting yourself and what you've felt via your intuition, via, you know, what you picked up in meditation or dreams, or, you know, what God has told you, universe has told you, the synchronicities, whatever. I feel like you choosing to follow that stirs so much happiness within you this month, because I feel like, again, you're being shown how far you've really come. I feel like you're being shown how much healing has happened because you've put so much work into it, because you've trusted the process, because you have been working on yourself so much. I feel like it's going to bring so much happiness to you to see how much healing has actually taken place what you've actually been able to accomplish on your own without anybody else's help. And I think that's absolutely beautiful. And powerful. So powerful, Leo. Clarifying, we have Order of Melchizedek, Embraced by Light, Mission Uncovered, Don't Give Up. So there's another, we have Keep Going here. We have Don't Give Up here. So there's that energy of Leo. You are like, ooh, I feel like the finish line is like right there. It's right there. And I don't, obviously, it's like, we're never done learning, we're never done growing. So not that finish line necessarily, but I feel like there's like a new marker, a new level that's going to be achieved, right? And I feel like you're just like right there. You're, oh, it's so powerful. And I love, and here's the thing, you guys, I do feel like for many of you, if you haven't already prior to February been getting in alignment with your purpose, your dharma, your mission, how, you know, I feel like you could be getting that coming in this month. And I feel like that probably stirs happiness within you as well, because I mean, there's nothing quite like feeling like you have that purpose and knowing what that is. I feel like it helps to propel you. It helps to keep your faith strong. And so, and it helps you to trust the process. So, and I feel like for some of you, there's this almost this confirmation that comes through and stirs happiness within you this month. You know, you're not broken. Your mission's uncovered. Like, hey, you're not just here for no reason. You have things you're supposed to be doing. And again, if you haven't already uncovered this prior to this message, I feel like you likely will, or could, as you move through the month. Of course, that depends on you and your willingness to acknowledge those things and step into those spaces. But I do feel like it's possible. And I do feel like we're being encouraged, like healing is happening. This should make you very happy. Keep trusting the process because it's working. Don't give up. That would be such a tragedy for the world to miss out on you. It would be so tragic. What else do we have here for you, Leo? Starway, that's interesting. That could be important for somebody. Maybe that's, I don't know why or how those words might be important for somebody. Let me know in the comments if it resonates with you for some reason. You don't have to really tell me why. I'm just curious, like why I would get that dropping in. But there's stellar gateway, activation, infinite potential, manifestation vortex, OMG, Leo. I feel like some of y'all are like, what stirs happiness within you is I feel like you've trusted the process, and I feel like manifestations are showing up. And maybe that's not for everybody, okay? It's actually likely that it's not for everybody, but I feel like I feel like, again, see in your own power. I feel like it is like, whoo. I feel like it's going to be an interesting month for you guys. Interesting. What else do we have here for you? Oh, Lord. We have Chamber of the Violet Flame, Karmic Release, Radical Transformation. Leo. Yes, I feel like it stirs happiness. Why? Look at this. You have healing is happening with karmic release and radical transformation. So yeah, I'm feeling like it's stirring this immense happiness within you because you're healing yourself, Leo. You're changing yourself. And I feel like I feel like you've decided. Healing is happening. And I feel like that makes you happy because I feel like you're seeing the transformation, feeling that karmic release, feeling the cycles ending, that transition, that ascension, right? Being activated and rising up. I feel like you're feeling all of that. And I mean, that's, you guys, I mean, this is so fantastic. Wherever you guys are this month, whatever you're doing, I pray that all of this energy that has just come through right here finds its way to you in the most miraculous and powerful ways. And I pray that once it does, you beam it across the cosmos like you ain't got a damn thing to worry about, because you don't. because you don't. Leo, keep being your beautiful, amazing, incredible self. If something in this reading resonated with you for this month, please do the YouTube things by liking, sharing, commenting, or smashing that subscribe button. It really does help the channel to grow. It tells YouTube, hey, there's something that some other people might want to see, and so they'll push it out to other people. So I really, really do appreciate that. I pray you have a beautiful month. Take care of your amazing, incredible soul, Leo, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.